Cumbria-Yorkshire border, the highest point of the line is reached, Ais Gill Summit, 1,169 feet above sea level. The line must maintain this elevation for another 10 miles, and this proved to be the most difficult section of the route to build, with a rapid succession of high fells, peat moors and deep valleys to negotiate, through one of the wildest and loneliest parts of Yorkshire. Below the 5 arches of Lund's Viaduct lies the quarry from which a great number of the viaducts and bridges were built. Through Moorcock Tunnel, the line reaches the head of 2 Yorkshire valleys, Garsdale and Wensleydale, crossing the 12-arch Dandry-Mire Viaduct, which was built out of desperation. An embankment here was originally planned, but the land proved too boggy to support one. At Garsdale Station, Sir Nigel Gresley stops to quench his 5,000-gallon thirst. In the days of steam, Garsdale boasted the highest water troughs in the world. Formerly known as Hawes Junction, this railway community was built in the hills to serve the branch line to Hawes, and once had a turntable so exposed that the fierce winds sent an engine spinning. The engines that haul the steam specials on the long drag are superb examples of express locomotives from the heyday of steam, meticulously maintained in their original company liveries. Julian Riddick is chairman of the A4 Locomotive Society.
The Citadel Carlisle Railway. I think it takes me back to when I first went to live in Yorkshire in 1948. And I remember having a lovely day out by train to Appleby. And it was in 1965, when I was just about to leave Yorkshire, that the opportunity came along to buy 4498 to Nigel Gresley. Unfortunately, at that very moment, I was moving down south. But then, of course, we eventually decided to put it through the works and have it overhauled properly. And ever since 1967, we have had the privilege and the great fun of running on VI main lines all over the place, in different places, even after the steam ban. And I think from then onwards, of course, we began to realize that we were in the leisure business, which is great fun, because I think the leisure business is very important in this country. We have many, many overseas visitors we've had on the trains we've run. We have to take this locomotive out of service, and we've got to spend a vast sum of money, £30,000 or thereabouts, on having the boiler completely retubed. And this is a very big, expensive business, which, thank goodness, doesn't happen too often. But when it does happen, you're faced with the prospect of trying to find the money.
From Rise Hill Tunnel, one of the longest on the line, the railway takes another dramatic course, clinging precariously to the hillside above Dent Dale. The station at Dent is the highest mainline station in the land and the most prone to blockage by winter snow. At 1,100 feet, railway passengers enjoy a bird's-eye view of the vale below, and immediately ahead are the magnificent Ais Gill and Dent Head Viaducts, hewn from the rocks of the valley, known locally as Dent Marble. Blea Moor is the most inhospitable place between Carlisle and Settle. Wild country as empty today as it was a century ago. With a signal box so remote, no road leads to it. Buffeted by winds strong enough to lean into, which can blow for days. The men who keep a lonely vigil here rely on the tea-time goods train from Appleby to supply their drinking water. The highlight of the journey from Carlisle to Settle is the crossing of Ribblehead Viaduct. A quarter of a mile long, its 24 arches stand 100 feet above the moor. It is the most exposed structure on the line. On wintry nights, men were employed on gale duty to tighten wagon tarpaulins before goods trains made the crossing. A lonely whistle in the wind recalls a multitude of memories for devotees of this railway in the hills. For the Settle and Carlisle line is an impressive tribute to our national railway heritage. It was conceived by men of imagination who possessed supreme confidence in the technology of their age. The railway bishop, the late Dr. Eric Tracy, maintained that the three chief wonders of northern England were York Minster, the Roman Wall, and the Settle to Carlisle Railway. The bold viaducts and tunnels stand as monuments to Victorian railway engineering, and the people who have worked the line over the past 100 years have assured this remarkable route a permanent place in British railway history.
said real funny. You all right?
Yes, okay. Never mind. Bye, 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 next time.